On this visit to the Film Lounge, an actor finds himself in an unscripted documentary. A solar eclipse aligns with a woman's life. A lone soul wanders through a lonely world. A filmmaker builds a futuristic city in Iowa. A disconnected man encounters problems on the line. And an advertising icon goes rogue. Strap yourself in for another ride at the Film Lounge. Funding for the Film Lounge has been provided by Produce Iowa, building a statewide network of support for the film community in Iowa. More information on how you can connect is available at produceiowa.com. And Iowa Arts Council, empowering Iowa to build and sustain culturally vibrant communities by cultivating creativity, learning, and participation in the arts. Learn more at iowaculture.gov.
Hi, I'm Patrick Albanese. I'm an actor and a writer and a sometimes filmmaker. My background mostly is as a magician. It's kind of how I've traveled all over the United States. I ended up in a play that landed here in Des Moines, Iowa, and it was so successful that we stayed so long, I put down roots and moved here from Los Angeles. I did a lot of television commercial work out in Los Angeles and picked that up here as well, and then started finding this film community. You know, here I am. It's you know, making little things here and there. It's kind of fun. Sometimes you just get a phone call. What are you doing Saturday? We're just shooting a real quick little 3-minute movie, and you go out and the finished product sometimes comes out. It rivals stuff that I used to see, you know, 20, 30 years ago. So the film we presented to the Film Lounge was called Unscripted. And the idea was, in a way, to poke fun at these documentaries that are supposed to be unscripted, but they look scripted. So we definitely wanted to spoof that. Like once the script was finished, we were able to go from the script to the shooting to the editing in under a week, which was really nice. We had it in a couple of local film festivals, and it's so strange. You can have the greatest faith in what you've done. You can watch the finished product and love it, but then you got to sit in an audience and say, well, all right, are they going to get the jokes? Are they going to get what we were trying to accomplish here? An audience of filmmakers watched it, laughed at all the appropriate spots, you know, got the jokes, got the concept, and we got tremendous feedback on it. So I was like, okay, it worked. It's like a magic trick. You just want to, did it work?
Hey!
Hey!
Hey, good to see you, Patrick. Thanks for meeting me.
Oh, you know, I was on my way home and, hey, what's with the camera?
Well,
Are you recording this?
yeah, it's for my documentary.
Oh, so wait, you're looking for like an actor to like play the part of a real person?
No, I want a real person to play the part of an actor.
Oh yeah, I'm not a real person, I'm an actor.
Then play the part of a real person playing the part of an actor.
And it's a documentary.
It's an unscripted documentary, yes.
But this looks like
We'll get to that.
Okay. Well, I know, what's it about?
Well, it's a short film documenting the planning and creation of a short, unscripted documentary.
Yeah, but what's it about?
What?
The documentary.
The documentary is about this planning, right here.
So you're filming this for the documentary?
Sure, this is the unscripted documentary.
Yeah, but who's going to want to watch that? I mean, it has to be about something.
No, nothing.
No, no, you can't have a show about nothing.
Seinfeld did it.
Yeah, well, that show did something. This.
Well, it's about itself.
Wow, I'm dizzy.
People watch reality TV. They'll love this.
This.
They love people being real, unscripted. This just documents the planning of that.
So you want me to act like a real person?
Yeah.
An actor acting like not an actor, but totally unscripted.
Yeppers.
Okay, well, I mean, what's this?
A script.
But it's unscripted.
Yes.
Okay, the script says, Patrick turns the script to face the camera and says these exact words that I am speaking right now.
Yes! Perfect!
But that's a script.
But this is the unscripted documentary about it.
About the script.
About the making of the unscripted documentary.
Yeah, you know, I don't think I'm a good fit.
No, you will be perfect for this. Will you do it, please?
Do what?
This unscripted documentary.
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Fantastic! All right. And cut. All right. Thank you, everybody. Great job. That's a wrap.
There's nobody else here. Script says, annoyed Patrick leaves without his free lunch. Hey!
My name is Tracy Hersher. I'm an experimental filmmaker living in Iowa City. So I am an experimental filmmaker. My films are primarily nonfiction, is how I would classify them. Generally start from a really personal place and kind of explore political structures by way of an individual or a specific subject that is personal to me. Diana is a portrait of a friend. Diana is a close friend of mine, and the film kind of explores the total solar eclipse that was visible across the United States in August of 2017. This was also a moment when Diana was sort of switching careers and shifting into her current healing practice, which incorporates astrology and tarot and Reiki. I was really interested in how she was talking about the eclipse and thinking about it with all of her knowledge about astrology and the history of the way this kind of eclipse, what this eclipse had meant historically at other times when it had occurred. She was living in Hyde Park in Chicago at the time, so it's all footage from either her bedroom or we went to the lake in Hyde Park and shot some there. And then I also shot during the eclipse in Moberly, Missouri, which was in the path of totality. I did all of the production on it, and then I worked with Experimental Sound Studio in Chicago for the sound mix, but other than that, it felt important for the intimacy to be, to come through, I think, so it was just Diana and me. I just think that it's very powerful to be able to produce an experience for humans that they cannot experience outside of cinema. I think that's the power of cinema. That's why I was drawn to it.
You can't measure someone's images. And there are things that science does not know how to study, or things that science has not deemed worthy of study over time. Who's being benefited by considering these things useless? These are also ways of knowing that have been considered feminine. And whether you think of like feminine as women or not, there's just been such a continual dismissal of these ways of knowing that at this point, I'm more skeptical of people who are skeptical of the things that I've found a lot of meaning in than I am in the things that I've found meaning in.
There is going to be a new moon total solar eclipse. Some astrologers are calling this the Great American Eclipse. The last time this kind of eclipse happened within proximity of a nation's capital was in France, right before the Reign of Terror. This particular eclipse also is bisecting the United States, so it's going from our northwestern corner to our southeastern corner, passing within a few hundred miles of Washington, D.C. Personally, I kind of want there to be some secession.
For some people, that's like what magic is using your intention to create the change that you wish to happen.
And maybe this is one of those things where it's like Y2K and like, you know, nothing actually implodes. We don't actually go to war.
Hi, I'm Spencer Smith, and I'm a writer-director from Des Moines, Iowa. I try not to think too much about myself as a filmmaker and an artist. I try and make things that, as far as I can see or tell, seem to be sincere and true. With At the Violet Hour, I concepted something that could be shot with little preparation, little pre-production, very minimal crew, something that was just very on the go. I wouldn't say it's like a proper story. It's not even, there's no character arc really, and it's not even really a day in the life of. So I knew that to make this project work, we were gonna have to convey a very strong feeling, and we were gonna have to be able to essentially snap someone into a feeling and try and get them to go with that feeling for 3 minutes. I didn't actually write a screenplay for this. It's really funny if I would show it to you, you'd be like, what is this? Because it was very much just almost this weird amalgamation of images that I had in my head with kind of poetic verse splashed throughout. And I literally didn't even put it into a screenplay. I just sent that to Bruce and I said, hey Bruce, let's film this. And he said, yeah, let me know whenever you want to go shoot it. So there's always a couple locations that I had in mind. I always wanted to shoot something in the Skywalks downtown. I always wanted to shoot at the Saylorville Spillway. I don't know why, but there's something that about places and images and things that kind of just have this ethereal connection to me that kind of grab me. My ultimate goal is just to make something, you know, even if it's just one person who connects with the material, you know, that's enough for me.
Wake up. Are you coming back home? Come back.
Can they see the emptiness, the fear? Do they see the truth in your eyes?
You were never meant to soar.
You were never meant to soar. You were meant for vultures. Let it devour.
Are you willing to shake hands with your demons?
Let it take over.
How far are you willing to sink?
Are you willing to shake hands with
Let it devour you. Let it take over.
How far are you willing to sink?
Is this what you dreamed of?
You're stuck.
You're stuck in your ways.
Do you really think you will change?
Ever change?
Do you think you change anything?
Anything?
You are forever lost to this world, a prisoner to yourself and to circumstance.
Is this what you dreamed of? Your endeavors are a fruitless cycle of disappointments. You will never uncover
You will
anything
never
true.
uncover anything true. You will never have closure.
Your wounds will
wounds
never heal,
Will never heal,
and you
and
will
you
always
will always
be invisible.
The film I made is Flava, and it follows a character named Raekwon who lives in this dystopic, futuristic city. To build the city in Flava, I used a mix of Photoshop and After Effects, taking Des Moines, which is a city, but not, a massive dystopic city, and just layering buildings upon buildings on it to where it just becomes this like mega city. So this shot here kind of gives a low angle shot of the city you see in the movie. On the far right, you see first big Lil Pookie holographic billboard on the side of a building. And then in the far background, I added some Des Moines landmarks just because I kind of wanted to get the idea across. This is a city where you almost never see the sky and all you see are just skyscrapers. This shot here is one of the first scenes where you see the citizens of the city that Flava takes place in. So I really kind of want to have a lot of fun and show that this is a society that's just really into like the stimulation of visuals and everything. So this shot is kind of a more ground level, and so to start you see that we have a car accident just in the middle of the street, and you have some holographic lights just kind of directing traffic the other way. This shot here was probably the single most important city shot because it's the first time you really get to see this world in a nice big wide view. So I decided to take this one shot of a couple Des Moines buildings and then throw stuff behind that and then throw stuff even behind that. Next then I had to incorporate Raekwon into it because he's looking out the window. So the first thing I did was get a shot of him looking at the city from a front view, and then I flipped that. And then I put him into the foreground. And then the last thing is just a big overall glowing effect. Flava is easily the biggest project I think I've ever done, and I grew so much as a filmmaker, a visual effects artist, just in the few months I worked on this project. I hope you'll stick around to watch my complete movie Flava later on in the Film Lounge.
My name is Philip Rabelais. I'm a filmmaker from Iowa City, and I work in experimental narrative filmmaking. I arrived at filmmaking through music. It's a really similar workflow, but I liked the sort of big collaborative nature of filmmaking. And I think I was trying to mess with getting at feelings and ideas that I was trying to get at with music. Problems on the Line was conceived of and produced and made for a class. So I'm in my third year of an MFA program in Iowa City, and that film was made in a class on cinematography. So there were some parameters around which I was working, there could only be one camera movement. It was the project was to have only one camera movement through the whole film. So I was designing it around that, and then also I was location scouting for a different film, and I was looking for just a big warehouse space. Behind it were all these broken down payphones and all this payphone trash. I'll call it a payphone graveyard. And that location was incredible. So the film was written around that image of these broken payphones and wanting to find a container to put that image in. I mean, it's a heavily mood-driven film. Yeah, anxiety and unease and it's just a guy trying to reach out to the world, and the world is just unresponsive completely. Outside of the class, I started submitting it to festivals in the region, and here and there. Yeah, so it screened at the Chicago Underground Festival, which was quite the honor. Got to go to that, and that was really wonderful. One of my friends watched it, and he was like, I think it's really funny, but I don't know if that's okay that I think it's really funny. And that's like really exciting to me, where like it's like unsettling, and you're not sure, is it funny, is it a horror movie, like is it an experimental movie, is it like a comedy, like, and all those things happening in one, and being confused about whether or not you're like supposed to think it's funny. I'm okay with that. I'm into that.
My name is Joel Christie. I'm a filmmaker from West Des Moines, and I like to take the weird things in life and make them wonderful. I originally started making movies in Cedar Falls. I started when I was about 11 years old, and that all started after realizing that making movies was a thing you could actually do. I just thought movies just happened, and I watched the behind the scenes of a movie I loved and realized, like, oh, you can actually like go out and do this. So I bought a really cheap VHS camera because that's what was out at the time and was big, and you know, just went to my grandma's backyard with all the neighborhood kids and just made really bad horror movies, and that's just really what made me fall in love with filmmaking. My film is Flava, and it follows a character named Raekwon who lives in this dystopic metropolitan type city where basically he is the actor that is behind this obnoxious commercial character named Lil Pookie who sells energy drinks. And one day he comes into work and learns that selling guns is actually going to be the next big thing. And after learning how that goes, he kind of has to fix his mistake. I think just the overall thing I wanted to show was just how dangerous I actually kind of think entertainment can be. Really just kind of you got to be careful with what exactly you do send out into the world. You know, in social media, everything you do can be seen by anyone and things can be manipulated. So with Flava, I wanted to live kind of in that cyberpunk type world that you see in a lot of movies like, you know, Blade Runner and things like that. I've gone to a place with my filmmaking where it's something that hopefully I could actually turn into a career. And, you know, really collaborating with people in Iowa, I realized that this is just kind of a big art form that I just really appreciate and I would just love to contribute to in any way possible.
Y'all seem stuck, ain't you? You don't know what's up. Spooky game time, baby. Trying to wake up. They got you beat down the street. Word, home, a little spooky. Hell no. I swang on him. I will bail on him. And you can't do it if you caught my new drink, gangster Ray. By now, doing a little Pookie gang. It's time to wake up.
That's a wrap for today. Great work, everyone. And let's give a round of applause to Raekwon. Killed it, as always.
Come on, man, just let me go. I'm innocent.
You're watching Rex here tonight, top of the hour. Local sources are saying that civil unrest has broken out against the law enforcement group Crow. Of course, this coming in the wake of the controversial shooting that led to 3 teen deaths. Of course, the president declined to comment as he's valiantly working to rebuild our city, and we thank God for him every day. Moving into pop culture news, Lil Pookie released his latest single, Swag Till I Gag, which immediately rose to the top of the charts, of course.
Swag till I got. It's a Pookie, cocky, bougie, rockin' Louis like a booty with the juicy. If the coochie, loosey goosey, we ain't Gucci. If she knew me, bet she blew me. If you know me, we ain't homies. Kept it low key on that phone, you sipping photos with the OG. Politic.
Let's be honest here, people. This guy continues to be a illiterate, borderline racist caricature that seems to have little to no interest in art or anything for that matter. Yet, of course, the civil protesters look up to him. They see him as their God, if you will. I'd even go far as to say as Lil Pookie might be worse for the city than the riots, but who am I to say? I mean, to me, he's obviously just a marketing ploy sent to my...
Pookie gang, Pookie gang, Pookie gang.
Excuse me, this is a closed set. Hey, you have to leave.
You have one bathroom break remaining.
My main man, Raekwon. Or are you Little Pookie right now?
Little Pookie all the time, baby.
Of course. You're like a rock star. Even the corporate guys at Tenko love Little Pookie. You just bring that, you know, that flavor.
You working with the best, you can't be that shy with what I got. You brought those guards on the bottles?
That whole area is just so... I never thought I'd say I miss cops, but... Okay, I miss cops.
Actually, I had an idea. What if we put some messages behind Lil Pookie? Not only grow the brand, but help people out at the same time, you feel me? I feel like the city needs
Our
that.
mental waves are just in sync. You know, I actually had something I wanted to bring up later, but...
Ready. Introducing the newest Pookie gang product, Pookie
Pookie sells weapons now?
Nah. See, it's a killer fashion accessory. No different than some bling bling. You said it yourself. People gotta feel safe. And who better to inspire them to do that than Lil Pookie? Tenko is already on board.
Okay, it has to be purely for show, like non-operational? Like non-operational? No one gets smoked?
Absolutely. Any weapon modifications voids the warranty. Well, I'll go let corporate know your decision. Pookie gang!
Bang! You out here, you ain't strapped? That's how y'all stay there. Me? No, I got strapped up. Now it's a closed casket for the haters. I'm gonna be here forever. The Pookie ain't never gonna die. You think you down with Lil Pookie gang? Strap over my heat. Body, own that. Take yourself, Lil Pookie heat. It's available now. Bang!
Outside activities are not recommended at this time. Please remain indoors.
What? Bro, don't you know who I am? I'm everywhere. Here. Stop! I'm an actor! Good Pookie! Please stop! Stop!
Enough. You have to go. 10 towards the final patrol ship leaving.
So I hear you ain't strapped, so y'all stay that. But me no. I strapped up. I'm gonna be here forever. And Pookie ain't never gonna die. You really think you down with Pookie, gang? Gang. Strap up on my heat.
Don't be lame. Come on. No, come on. Let's go to this party. Let's go to this party.
Gareth, we gotta get the hell out of here, man. Corporate, I don't know, they're like planning something, like people are being killed.
They're barely people. Lil Pookie's never been more successful. Even the president called to thank us for finding a way to clean up the city.
Stop playing, bro. I'm serious. I was down there. The guards are gone. The guns are operational.
Everyone. What is this?
That's a killer accessory!
It's a gun! Look, people down there think Lil Pookie is real. They need to see I'm just an idiot in makeup and fake chains.
You think you're going to calm that crowd of thugs? We're in the distraction business. Someone with your flavor is what reaches these people. I don't see you walking up on the street saying, "What's going on, my G? How's it going, man?" I'm sorry. What I mean to say is, those aren't your people. They're Lil Pookies. And it's prime time to sell, sell, sell. Let's go tell them thank you. Wait. Let's cut the jacket. I want to see your strong physique in its raw, natural form. Ready to go live?
Yeah, I forgot something.
Get some dirt. Corporate won't just fire you if you do this.
Start it up, bruh. Yo, what's up? Y'all still carrying down there? Y'all awake? Nah, bruh. Y'all about to feel so stupid because
Don't actually talk like this. It was never real. My name, my struggle, I'm Raekwon. Everything you throw cash at is designed and built to manipulate, wrapped in lights. So you're always looking up. You miss what's being done right in front of you. See past this neon circus. And what they think of all you, what they must think of me. Got me up here dancing around telling y'all to kill each other. This dancing monkey ain't dancing no more. Tenko, Lil Pookie, all of it has to be burned to the ground.
Corporate wanted you dead, bud. Lucky for you, I'm a marketing genius. Your speech was a little kitschy, but it struck a chord with those who matter. The customer. Now, just read the lines and be yourself. This Raekwon character is a hit. Let me help you be free.
Funding for the Film Lounge has been provided by Produce Iowa, building a statewide network of support for the film community in Iowa. More information on how you can connect is available at produceiowa.com. And Iowa Arts Council, empowering Iowa to build and sustain culturally vibrant communities by cultivating creativity, learning, and participation in the arts. Learn more at iowaculture.gov.